Tech. All right, Georgia Tech. Now we're going to talk about a little bit about what was said today, as it pertains to Alberto Mendoza, right? And I think it's very significant about what was said about Alberto Mendoza. Okay, now this is what Coach Winkie had to say, and he described him as a high level thinker. And this is a team they're going to do over 250 um, 250 plays. You know what I'm saying, this upcoming year at their disposal. So, I think that's major for Georgia Tech moving forward and everything that they obviously want to do. So, here is Coach Winkie on that. One second. Okay, via SI. Okay, well, you can tell a high level thinker by the questions he asked, right? So most quarterbacks are just trying to say all the right call a play in the huddle. He, Alberto, already learned and understood the play. He's already asking second level questions, meaning, all right, hey, if I get this coverage, should I work here first? Should I get this coverage? Should I work here first? So he's already studied it, learned it. He picks it up very quick, but he's thinking about not just the play for us, but how do we attack the defense? The type of conversations you have with this guy are like having a conversation with the NFL quarterback, right? Very high praise, I thought, on Alberto Mendoza, him being a high level thinker. And he also described him throughout as basically, man, a perfectionist, right? And Mendoza described himself as a perfectionist as well. Wanting to do things the right way, wanting to have the right skill set, wanting to every day be great, right? Wanting to have all the details, very detail oriented. And I think the high level thinker is very important piece, right? Said he's I'm paraphrasing, but says he's in there 24/7. Say he's basically always putting the work, ingratiating himself with his teammates. I think the key though, the high level part has me thinking, because if you have a guy, let's say it's a check at the line, or let's say, hey, you get the coverage and you need to dissect it and you need to change some things around, he can do that easily. And Coach Winkie also thought about, they went 14 for 14 at their checks in the scrimmage they had this past Saturday. So what does that tell me? That tells me this is a team that they can check at the line of scrimmage, see what they're looking at, check it, and get into the right play every single time, right? And I think that cerebralness is something that's not being talked about enough from Mendoza. When Georgia Tech gets overlooked and not ranked in number 41 overall, I don't think people are looking at how good Mendoza is processing and how smart and high level of a thinker he is. And I think that's going to be the key difference for Georgia Tech this upcoming year. The reason I mentioned that, to be honest with you guys, is because while that gets overlooked and not talked about, I told, I think Jarvis is on Locked on Georgia Tech before, probably in the summer. That gives me the vibe of Joe Burrow. Is he the skill set? Is he the play? No, he's not. But that was his superpower, right? It still is. Yes, he has some good intangibles. Yes, he has what I'm saying, he's 6'4", he's big, but Burrow could process what you're doing and beat you to it every single time and beat you at a drum, right? And check it and make the right plays and calls. And he would be so in sync with what the defense was doing, he could check to Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson, right? Or whoever it was, Thaddeus Moss, and get into the right play and make sure the offense was rolling. That is significant, right? While Haynes King was very good and obviously balled out with the Panthers in the preseason game, to have that and have that level of a thinker, I'm sure Haynes King was on that level too, but that changes things for you because it's different, right? Like for Georgia Tech, they was like, okay, let's put it in Haynes King's hands and let him take over. This is different because you're letting him beat the other teams mentally. Not, oh, we got to run RPO and put Haynes King body on the line. Nah, we're going to let Mendoza diagnose what the hell you're doing and we're going to break it down. And the difference of what we're going to do is, you know what I'm saying, we're going to expose it and we're going to know what to do and we're going to be able to hit you every time. That is a superpower, right? Because then when you coaching you on the field and you Chris Winkie, you're not worried up at night. You're not like, what is Burrow gonna do? Nah, I feel good with what Burrow's gonna do. He comes to the film room. He's always in the film room. He knows what he's looking at. He knows the dissect coverage, and he knows where to go with the football. No one talks about enough of football, but that is a superpower. That is massive. And if you're a Yellow Jackets fan, it makes you think like, okay, this dude got some stuff to him, right? While the concern has been wide receivers, maybe some parts of the offensive line, but Mendoza being a high level thinker ain't being talked about enough. And I think that could be his superpower. Why people are so enamored with the 25 career passing attempts. If he's going to know where to go with that football and he can be extremely accurate, which is on his resume, you look at his PFF grade, probably one of the more accurate throwers you're going to find, and you couple that with his ability to process and know to go with the football and know what he's looking at every single time, that makes sure to take dangerous. And while the spread has him at 6.5 games to win, could be way more, right? That high level process thing could be different. So you beating a Tennessee team week 2, right? Or beating Louisville at home this upcoming year, right? Or going down the stretch and hey, you played your butts off against Georgia, you need to drive. And Mendoza closes the damn game out. Because he's processing everything from that NFL level defense that Georgia's gonna have, and he's gonna know where to go with the damn football. Telling y'all, man, some big stuff today that was said. And that reveals a lot. We're gonna see, right? It's good to talk, but we're gonna see if it's for real. And if it is for real, tape might be a damn problem this year. It might be a damn problem. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be very intriguing to see what happens. So sleep on tech if you want to. Boys coming for you. Yeah. But that's gonna do it for today's show.